So the Radical UK Cup first round of the year then, and on the front row it is Manhal Alos and Zach Chapman. Manhal Alos will not be there because the engine change is still happening on his car in the garage. On the second row is Tony Wells and James Abbott. On the third row is Mark Sisson and Terence Woodward. On the fourth row is Peter Bamford and Patrick Jeans. The fifth row is Simon Tilling and Matt Bell is the first of the SR3s. Then Gary Kane, P2 in SR3. Alongside him on the sixth row is Greg Noble. On the 10th row is three-time British Superbike champion John Reynolds. Alongside him is Chris Headlam. The 8th row is new to Rush Racing Tom Jordan and Andy Cummins. On the 9th row for his first ever UK Cup race is David Burke. Then alongside him is Howard. And on the 10th row, who didn't do a lap in qualifying, was Dwayne. But we ride on board here with David Burke, who's about to take first ever wrong start. But now we change to James Abbott, who's alongside Tony Wells, Zach Chapman in front. No car alongside him, where Manhal Alos should have been. The race is about to get underway. The lights go out. It's a good start from James Abbott. He tries to come up alongside Zach Chapman. Tony Wells squeezing him there as they go into victory for the first time then. It is Zach Chapman that leads sideways, goes James Abbott. He managed to hold on to that though. Wells there in second. Third Abbott. These two battle each other last year in the SR3 machines in the Clubman's Cup. This year in the SR8, so in the UK Cup, Tony Wells, they raced each other as well in the UK Cup. Tony Wells sharing with James Littlejohn, James Abbott sharing with Sean Balfe, the champion last year. As they exit Palmer though, the race leader is Zach Chapman, who's driving all by himself. So they head down to Agostini, then there's a big gap to fourth, who looks like Patrick Jeans. He's there, I don't think it's him actually there in fourth. I think it's Peter Bamford. Peter Bamford making a good start then as they head down to Hamilton for the first time then. There's a few people darting out the line of stern, of course. That's Gary Kane under pressure as they headed through Hamilton. Down to Orgaz they go then for the first time of asking. And we ride back on board then with James Abbott. They head down the Williams straight, trying to get a slipstream off of Tony Wells. Has made a bit of a gap. They go underneath the Snetterton bridge into the old Essex. Brundle and Nelson. Brundle first. Then to Nelson closing up through the corner there with James Abbott. Zach Chapman already getting away. The 2010 Toyota MR2 champion then leads the way. And Tony Wells. James Abbott, the 2011 Radical Clubman's Cup champion. Through corner they go, car bouncing through the corner, then down the brakes they go then for the Slow Murray's corner, new 2011 that corner. And now they power down the start finish line, they centre straight to repeat what is actually the second lap of the race, because the second safety car lap they had, where the wrong start was, that counts as the first lap. So it is Zach Chapman that leads the way by 1.4 seconds. And then there are another 6.5 tenths as they cross the line. Anyway, to James Abbott, they get on the brakes for the Montreal hairpin. Now people to watch for Terence Woodward, who's almost at the back of the grid, and Mark Smithson, who's only a few seconds in front of him. We'll try and point them out as the race goes on, because they've obviously had an incident on that first lap. We'll have to see if we've got any replays of that. The top three really getting away from Peter Bamford, who's there in fourth. And behind him he's got
Gary Kane, and in 10th place number 55.
Right behind Peter Bamford is the car of Jonathan Wright, who started that car. Not Simon Tingling, as I said on our grid order. And then in 5th position at the moment is Patrick Jeans. Head further back here, battles going on. I think that could be Tom Jordan down there. We ride back on board then with James Abbott. The cars head down into Brundle for the second racing time, third lap of the race. Hit the curb at Nelson and then they power down to the bomb hole. Good 85 miles per hour through that corner. Then they through corner over 100 miles per hour. Heard 120ish miles per hour at this point. And the cars get slower, then they get on the brakes at 115 miles per hour into the very slow Murray's corner, about 50 miles per hour through there. Although 50 miles per hour doesn't sound all that slow, especially for a tight corner like that. Lots of downforce on these Radical sports cars. Getting good speed before the richest corner, which is taken up 110 miles per hour, and they head down to the Montreal hairpin, the slowest corner on the circuit along Veracini. Very slow, the two corners are about 40 miles per hour through there. They put the power back on. We head back down to Palmer. Still Zach Chapman at the front of the field then. From in second. James, Tony Wells there, James Abbott. Patrick Jeans has got fourth then, I think, or is that, no, sorry, Patrick Jeans still down there in sixth. In front of him is still Jonathan Wright, and then in front of him, still in fourth position, is Peter Bamford. Now there's Mark Smith still in number one machine. Here he comes down into Agostino, so he's coming back through the field. He's doing a better job of it than Terence Woodward. Oh, they're doing pretty similar, I suppose, because when Woodward did lose more time, he'd just gone through. There's John Reynolds then in the 33 works machine, the SR3 he's in, the three-time British Superbike champion. First time he'd raced a car for over 10 years. Last time it was a Ford Fiesta, so a bit of difference the two cars are surely. Back on board James Abbott, he heads into the old S's. Hours out the corner then. Zach Chapman's lead though is getting bigger. It's about 2 seconds. Head through Coram then. And breaking down to Murray's. Through the left-hander. Back through the gears then. 3 hour across the line. Go down to Ritchie's. James Abbott in the number 74 class show with Sean Balfe this year. She had with Alex Brundle last year. Alex Brundle moving on to the European Le Mans Series and GP3, as well as Le Mans with Tad Martin. Zach Chapman still at the front then, with that couple of second lead to Tony Wells, who's shown with James Littlejohn. Third is James Abbott. Now out of the 3 cars, Zach Chapman has the shortest pit stop. Battle's coming on for fourth now. Patrick Jeans is losing time to these two, but the battle is on between them because Peter Bamford under pressure from Jonathan Wright. Jonathan Wright based in SR3 last year. He's sharing with Simon Tilling, the Castle Combe sports car racer. Now Andy Cummins is coming under pressure now from Terence Woodward. Terence Woodward 2000. He's won plenty of races. I'm not sure if he's won the championship though. He may have won it a few years ago. John Reynolds still at the back of that 3-car battle. They head down to Hamilton. Got Tom Jordan heading these 3 cars as they head down to Hamilton. And we've got a replay now on board with David Burke. Let's see how his first roll start went. Not being too close to the field, just to make sure everything went okay as they headed into Richmond for the first time. Just behind, I think, Tom Jordan there, and losing the place. So he went out through Ritchie, and down to Montreal. Didn't want to get involved in anything. A couple of cars off the circuit there. That must have been Mark Smithson and Terence Woodward. He headed through Palmer then. Making his way down to basically past the Tills restaurant as they went down through the corner. Through the left-hander, the hairpin. We go back to the action then. Zach Chapman still leading James Littlejohn. James Abbott now starting to lose time to the top 2. Number 74 machine losing time to the 28 of Zach Chapman and the number 3 James Littlejohn. Tony Wells. Tony Wells is closing. Now you can see Jonathan Wright perhaps just losing a little bit of time to Peter Bamford. Then Mark Smithson just kicking up the dust there. He's in 7th. Now you can see battle for 9th as Terence Woodward still trying to find a way past Andy Cummins. He looked up on the inside there, couldn't find a way through then. Andy Cummins, the driver that won the bumpered in sports car races at Boxing Day at Mullery Park. And Terence Woodward all over the dust then as he went. Tried to get quicker exit corner, maybe lost him a 10th or 2. And Chapman then, and now look at the Manhow Alice just ahead of Zach Chapman. Now Manhow Alice started from the pit lane and a few laps down after the car had the engine change after qualifying. But look at Tony Wells, he's getting closer to Zach Chapman then. So the battle for the race lead could possibly be on before the end of the race. And then here comes Peter Bamford, definitely getting away. But now battle for sixth, he's getting closer every time. Patrick Jeans just ahead of Mark Smithson. Now Terence Woodward has finally got past. Andy Cummins has also got past the SR3 of Matt Bell. So Matt Bell being closed in as well by Andy Cummins, it seems. Then there's Gary Kane. Now, I wonder if Matt Bell actually made a mistake because it seemed to have lost a reasonable amount of time. But there's Gary Kane. He's sharing with Nick Padmore. Now, good battle here. You've got at the front of that the 55 car of Chris Headlam. He's followed by Colin Noble and then John Reynolds. The rest of the Adam sports cars are around the Snetterton 300 circuit. And we have another replay. This is on board with David Buck. See Ross Kais, Terence Woodward, his teammate, making positions up after his offer. Now we've got the replay where you didn't spot them before. There is Mark Smithson and there is Terence Woodward. Bamford perhaps being closed back in by Jonathan Wright. Now Mark Smithson's got sixth, I think, away from Patrick Jeans. Indeed he has. So Mark Smithson's actually done a really good recovery drive, getting himself up there. There's Terence Woodward in eighth. Andy Cummins is not closing in Matt Bell anymore, so obviously Matt Bell perhaps did make a mistake because he's not seemed to lose anymore. Then Gary Kane, second in class. Now the battle for third in class, heading down to Agostini now. Then Chris Hadlam leading that. He's sharing with Jamie Stanley. Colin Noble, the second of those cars, driving by himself, and the third of those cars, John Reynolds, he's sharing with Phil Abbott. So Chapman there, still that about a second and a half lead. It's been like that since the beginning of the race, and he's keeping it at that. So he heads for Agostini's. Much different car, of course, to the Toyota MR2 he's used to racing. 2010 champion. There's James Abbott then in third, who's more used to these radical sports cars, of course, son of Phil Abbott. James Abbott racing Radical U Cup and the Formula 3 Cup this year, who are going to perhaps have a change here because the battle for fourth has now Peter Bamford under all sorts of pressure from Jonathan Wright. He's right underneath him, and then Mark Smithson's there as well. The three cars absolutely together as they head down to Hamilton this time. They're all onto the brakes. Mark Smithson trying to get into the top five, and then Stuart Mosley will take over that car. That corner absolutely together. Here comes Gary Kane then, at second position in SR3. Now a battle of fourth in SR3 honours. John Reynolds really attacking Colin Noble as they head for Agostini's. Here they are. So they head through the corner, having a good scrap. Here they come. Then Mark Smithson looks like he's got fifth. Now there's four of them. Now we want any of those back markers, I'm not sure, because we've got Peter Bamford there. And Jeans is trying to come up on the inside there. Patrick Jeans was trying to come past. Jonathan Wright was not able to do so. Terence Woodward's the fifth car in that. He's trying to close them in. So Smithson chasing after Peter Bamford. He's stayed in that fourth position ever since the mistakes. And Smithson's on the inside. Smithson's got through. So ever since Smithson and Woodward had that problem, they've Bamford did have that position until now, because a good move from Mark Smithson at Oggies to get through. And back on board with James Abbott. He heads through Coram, breaks down into Murray's. Through the left-hander he goes then. Well, now into the pits has come James Abbott. As I was looking through the pit stops, Sean Balfe taking over that car. He's strapping himself in then. It's that 74 car for Sean Balfe, the Rallycross RE champion from last year.
So that would have delayed his departure a little bit.
So then, what's happened here? Here's Stuart Mosley and Ross Kaiser. They're both heading down into Agostini's then. A problem for Patrick Jeans. He's really slow out of Palmer. He's already been passed by Gary Kane, who is much further behind him on the circuit. Now Alex Capardia, who's passed Tom Jordan. Try a puncher for the number 7 car. Puncher for the Radical SR8. And he makes his way into the pit, into the rear entrance to the paddock. And he disappears at now of our sight. Let's listen to Terence Woodward.
Just played into the back of me, and then felt like they hadn't let you come off the throttle because I carried on going forward. you know, without my own foot on the throttle, and he just pushed me into, I think Mark, it's somebody else in front of the car, which one it was, and then I spun me off the circuit, so then I come back on and just tried to make up some of the ground. I know you've lost time, but have you done any damage? I mean, has it damaged the aero of the car at all with that impact? Yeah, the car's vibrating quite a bit, which is a bit unnerving, but, you know, it's one of those situations that keep going until it stops, really. And that was Ross's problem anyway. Yeah, exactly. That's what he gets paid for. Thanks very much, Terence.
So it sounds like then that Terence Woodward has had somebody go into the back of him, which caused him to drive into Mark Smithson. And we've got a big spin, a massive off there. Is that Simon Tilling? I think it is. Simon Tilling who's took over Jonathan Wright. First ever race in the Radical SRA after racing an SR3 in the Castle Combe Series. The Special GT Series, I think it's called. But now, well, he's right. I've never seen a car go so far in the infielder. But he slides his way on the grass. He's going to rejoin the circuit. Eventually, across the grass he goes. Now he's finally made it back on the circuit. He's going to have Phil Abbott right behind him. So Simon Tilling eventually is back onto the race circuit. And away he can go again. And Phil Abbott just coming up on the inside and making his way past. Right on board now with Sean Balfe. He has got a car right in front of him. That car, now this is a battle for position. It's Peter Bamford, so Peter Bamford right in front of Sean Balfe, so they're having a good battle. Meanwhile, there comes James Littlejohn through the traffic. He's in second, about 12 odd seconds behind the leader. We're getting that time in as once the pit stops have settled down a little bit. Now we look back, here's the battle for third then. Peter Bamford and Sean Balfe absolutely together. Here comes Sean Balfe out the slipstream. He could not find a way through this time as they head down to Agostini's then. The 12 car just staying in front of the 74. They thread through the corner then. And here comes Sean Balfe again. Ducks out the slipstream, can't do it. They head now into Hamilton. The left-hander. On the trickiest corners in British motorsport nowadays into August. Sean Balfe really trying to find a good line to get through. They're heading now down to Williams. He's again looking at the inside. Still can't find a way through. Head through the right-hander at Williams. And they head down the Bentley straight. Then power down to the S's. Brundle and Nelson. Peter Bamford trying to make a bit of a gap, but then Sean Balfe comes right up underneath the rear wing, almost into the back of him there. A bit sideways with Balfe, and now he looks on the inside, can't do that. Head through Bromiley. Howard down to Coram, looking inside, no way through there. Bamford gained the advantage there, as John Balfe went for a move that wasn't on. So Murray's there, the left-hander, trying to get closer to the SR8 of Bamford. Now they power down the centre straight, trying to get the slipstream is Balfe. They get on the brakes then for Richards. The right-hander is much quicker through the corner. He's now right behind Bamford as they head down to Montreal. He looks up on the inside, and well, we're not going to see if he got through because coming past on the back markers there is James Littlejohn on his chase after the race leader. Zach Chapman, but what's happened about for third? And he's got through then. So Sean Balfe did move up on the inside there to take that third away from Peter Bamford. Can he get away now? I suspect he will. Here's Bromiley now, who's taken over the number 14 machine and passed him down the straight on one of the SR8s. They head into Richards now. He's actually quicker than it round the corner. That's the jeans. The pair of jeans racing that car. He's back on the inside of them. Joshua probably quicker than the newcomers into the Radical SR8 series, even though he is in an SR3. Meanwhile, John Reynolds now Phil Abbott being passed there by the car that was started by Gary Kane and Nick Padmore now driving in front of him. One of the back marks running off the circuit. That's the car being drove by Dwayne and Robinson. Jamie Robinson at the wheel. We can have a replay on board of Sean Balfe now. Just the car in front of him went off the circuit. Now, Nick Padmore's got away. The guy running in front of him, off the road again goes Simon Tilling, not having his best race in an SR8. Well, it's his first race, not having a good start to his SR8 career with Simon Tilling. He's run off the road a couple of times now. Balfe about to lap the pair of Jings. The two, I don't know if it's brothers or if it's father and son. Racing that. Patrick and Peter, I think, it is in that car. Again, Bromiley showing lots of pace in the SR3. Now Balfe closing right up. Remember that V8 engine in the SR8 compared to the much smaller engine. Basically, the SR3 engines are two put together for the SR8. Up on the inside goes Balfe. He's through then. He's got past Joshua Barrett. Lapping him, of course. And now this battle here, Mano Alice slapping on the back. I guess there Bradley Ellis squeezed up on the inside. That's the Jeans car, isn't it? Seems like the second car driver not as quick in that one. And they lost a lot of time down to the puncher. Get a replay on board for Bromiley. Sean Balfe lapping him. There he goes.
What will be their last lap?
This is Ross Kaiser making his way past Matt Bell. So Ross Kaiser gets ahead of the SR3 race leader. So that's up to 7th overall now for Ross Kaiser.
Lost ground in the end, 6.2 seconds.
So back on board with the V8 car. Get it right this time. For Sean Balfe. Got a touch of lappery to do as the cars are about to start their last lap.
Getting onto the podium.
And they are actually catching up Zach Chapman in this battle. 1.1 seconds between the two cars. There's Zach Chapman. He's on his way to victory. He heads down to Hamilton for the final time. He's got a good 6-7 second lead from James Snetterton, but here's on board with Sean Balfe. He's got traffic right in front of him now. I think it's Jamie Stanley, so he's not a slow driver. Of course, that slower SR3. So hopefully Sean Balfe, they can pass him down the straight, possibly getting held up for Palmer. Back to the aerodynamics possibly. Here we go then. He will make his way through. Stuart Mosley kicking out of dirt there. Bath goes Balfe, but it might be awkward now for Stuart Mosley as he gets on the brake for Agostini's. There's Balfe. And Jamie Stanley doing his best to start the way of Stuart Mosley. So Mosley now can go after Balfe. Back Balfe gained a little bit of time as you would expect through the traffic as he did it down the straight. Mosley perhaps had to back out just slightly, just losing a tip for a second possibly. So through Williams they go for the final time, then onto the Bentley straight. Cars going up the gears, 5th gear, 6th gear now, 250 kilometres per hour, braking now for the S's. Ronald Nelson. Balfe doing his best to keep off Stuart Mosley. It's going to be tough now for Mosley to find a way through. Meanwhile, Zach Chapman has taken his first ever victory in the Radical UK Cup. James John taking second. But down into Murray's then for the final time. At least Sean Balfe doesn't make a mistake out here. He looks like he's going to get third. So here he comes and he powers up across the line here. They took the championship last year and it's Sean Balfe here. He's got a podium here today. And he heads into it on his own. Now that's Roger Bromiley. Again, him. Also, with Sean Balfe last year, is the venue of his championship. Well, today he will take 6th position in the Radical SR3 class. Drive for technical results, and Zach Chapman won of the 21 laps of racing. James Snetterton and Tony Welch finished second, 6 seconds down. Third position, Sean Balfe and James Abbott. Then in 4th position, Mark Swisson and Stuart Mosley. They finished only a couple of attempts behind Sean Balfe and James Abbott in the end. 5th was Bradley Ellis and Andy Cummins. In 6th position was Peter Bamford, 7th Ross Kaiser and Terence Woodward. In 8th was the Vertical SR3 winner, and the last car to be on the lead lap and the only SR3 to be on the lead lap. That was Matt Bell, who returned to racing this weekend. In 9th was Alex Capadia and Tom Jordan. And 10th position overall, and the round off the podium for the Radical SR3 was Nick Padmore and Gary Kane.